Becoming rich is not something that happens overnight. It takes years of hard work and dedication to truly attain your desired level of wealth. But for some individuals, they had to go the extra mile because they were extremely poor and some of them didn't even have a roof over their heads. Today we bring you 10 homeless people who became rich and famous. But before you go any further, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Let's get into it. Number 10. Halle Berry. Born in Cleveland, Ohio, Marie Halle Berry is an American actress who is famously known for her performance in the romantic drama film Monsters Ball, which earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress. By winning this award in 2001, she became the first woman of African American descent and the only woman of color to have won the award. But before she became popular, Halle Berry's life wasn't always so rosy. At 21, the actress moved to New York in search of fame. After a while, she ran out of money and was dead broke. Even her own mother wouldn't send her any cash. Realizing that she was helpless and in need of a place to sleep, Halle decided to stay in a homeless shelter until she could sort herself out. Today, Halle Berry has a net worth of $80 million and is a famous award-winning actress that can live in any mansion of her choice. When asked about the ordeal, she said, "It taught me how to care for myself and that I could live through any situation. Even if it meant going to live in a shelter for a while or living within any means, I became a person who knows that I'll always make my own way." Number 9. Chris Pratt. 41-year-old Christopher Michael Pratt is an American actor who stars in both television shows and movies. He has acted in a couple of top-rated movies, including playing the lead role in Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy, Jurassic World, and even an important role in The Avengers. Before his success, this actor had it pretty rough in his teen years. At the age of 19, Chris Pratt got on a plane to Maui, Hawaii. He stayed there with a friend and lived in a flea and mice-infested van. According to him, however, he didn't consider his time in Hawaii a rough one. As he stated in an interview with The Independent, "We just drank and smoked weed and worked minimal hours, 15 to 20 hours per week, just enough to cover gas, food, and fishing supplies. You know, it was a charming time." He got his lucky break when actress Rae Dawn Chong visited the restaurant where Chris Pratt was waiting tables and cast him in her directional debut, Cursed Part 3. Those times of living in a van are now behind him as Chris Pratt now boasts of a net worth of $60 million. Number 8. Dr. Phil. For those of you who don't know who Dr. Phil is, he's an American television personality and the host of the television show Dr. Phil. Born on September 1st in 1950, he has a doctorate in clinical psychology, and in 2006, he started practicing psychological therapy. Dr. Phil, whose real name is Philip Calvin McGrew, rose to fame in the late 1990s after making a couple of appearances on The Oprah Winfrey Show. He launched his own show in 2002 with Oprah's help, and he formatted the show as an advice show. Way before Dr. Phil acquired a degree, he was homeless and had to live in a car in Kansas City with his father. However, he persevered through all of the struggles and worked really hard to become the celebrity that he is today. Number 7. Jennifer Lopez. Popularly known as J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez is an American actress, singer, dancer, fashion designer, producer, and businesswoman. She broke out onto the entertainment scene in 1991 when she appeared as a flight dancer on In Living Color. She then later decided to pursue a career as an actress in 1993. Jennifer Lopez is successful as both an actress and a dancer, but in her teen years, she was homeless because she wanted to pursue her dream of dancing. When she was 18, she got into a fight with her mother after declaring she wanted to be a dancer, while her mother wanted her to go to college. She moved out soon after and started sleeping on the sofa of her dance studio. A couple of months later, she landed a job dancing in Europe and hasn't looked back since. According to Forbes, Jennifer Lopez has a net worth estimated to be around $28.5 million. It's safe to say she has definitely made a name for herself. Number 6. Daniel Craig. Born in Chester, England on March 2, 1968, Daniel Rotten Craig is an English actor whom many know as James Bond. Before getting cast in to play Agent 007, Daniel Craig has been featured in quite a number of films, some of which included The Power of One, Sharp's Eagle, 1993, and A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Daniel Craig's successful career wasn't always as glamorous as it is today. When waiting for his big break, the actor reportedly waited tables and even spent nights sleeping on park benches. Now with a net worth of over $130 million, Daniel Craig can certainly live a life as flashy as James Bond. Number 5. Michael Oher. Aged 34, Michael Jerome Oher is a former professional American football player who played as an offensive tackle for several teams in the NFL, which include the Baltimore Ravens. Tennessee Titans, and Carolina Panthers. Michael Oher was one of 12 children birthed by Dennis Oher, his mother, who suffered from alcoholism and a crack cocaine addiction. His father, Michael Jerome Williams, was frequently in prison, meaning Michael Oher received little to no attention throughout his childhood. At the age of 7, he was placed in foster care and spent time living in various foster homes, and also had a period where he was homeless. In 2004, he was adopted by a wealthy family, and in 2009, he was drafted into the NFL. Michael Oher's success story was turned into a book and a movie, both titled The Blind Side. Number 4, Jim Carrey. Canadian-American actor and comedian James Eugene Carrey first gained recognition in 1990 after he landed a role in the American comedy television series In Living Color. Now he is more known for his comedic performances. Jim Carrey is also featured in other films like The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Liar Liar. Before the comedian became a big shot, he was a high school dropout who lived in a Volkswagen bus with his family. According to Jim Carrey, it was during these times of financial crisis that he developed his sense of humor. Number 3, Steve Harvey. 63-year-old African-American Broderick Stephen Harvey is a businessman, comedian, and entertainer. He hosts the Steve Harvey Morning Show, Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud, the Miss Universe competition, and Fox New Year's Eve. Born in Welsh, West Virginia, to father Jesse Harvey, a coal miner, mother Louise Vera, Steve Harvey came from humble beginnings. In the early 1980s, he began his career as a comedian, didn't do really well, and had a hard time financially, rendering him homeless. Thankfully for him, he had a 1976 Ford Tempo, which he lived in for 2 years. He would go to hotel bathrooms, gas stations, or swimming pool showers just so he could wash up. Steve Harvey caught his lucky break when he was called to host Showtime at the Apollo. Today, Harvey owns his very own entertainment company and has a net worth estimated to be around $160 million. Number 2, Steve Jobs. Late chairman, co-founder, and CEO of Apple Incorporated. Steve Jobs was an American business magnate and industrial designer who was worth $7 billion before his passing in 2011. However, Steve Jobs wasn't always so powerful and wealthy. In his teenage years, he enrolled at Reed College in Portland, Oregon, and dropped out soon after, claiming he didn't want to spend his parents' money on an education that seemed meaningless to him. He continued to attend a few classes, which included a course in calligraphy that was taught by Robert Palladini. During his time, he didn't have a dorm room, so Steve would sleep on the floor in his friends' dorm rooms. He even had to return Coke bottles so that he had enough money to buy food, and sometimes had to trek several miles to get free food at the local Hare Krishna temple. Number 1, Oprah Winfrey. At our number 1 spot, we have a true rag to riches story in American talk show host Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty to a teenage single mother in rural Mississippi, she was abused at a boarding house where she lived in Milwaukee during her childhood and became pregnant at 14. Her son was born prematurely and died in infancy. Disregarding this unfortunate start in life, Oprah Winfrey edged forward and soon after landed a job at a radio station while still in high school. By 19, she was a co-anchor for the local evening news. Today, Oprah is worth $2.7 billion and CEO of both the Oprah Winfrey Network and Harpo Productions. That's it for today's video. Which of these rag to riches stories did you find truly amazing? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.